We're live! Woohoo! Made it. Oh,
You almost jumped the gun there, Randy.
I did. I got excited because the going live thing went away 2 seconds before it said, and you're live, so I just figured it's not going to tell me, and I was just supposed to rely on it.
Delay of game.
In that 2 seconds in the ether, I wonder how much could have been learned.
I know. What could have happened?
An
We'll never get those 2
infinite
seconds back.
amount. An infinite amount of possibilities.
Come on,
Entire
Chris.
worlds were created.
Have
Entire
you
worlds
read
were destroyed.
about the string theory? And the latest controversies of the string theory, Stringgate?
String game. John, have you by chance been reading my How to Not Be a Dick on the Internet?
You're
Next
releasing a
week.
primer every week now, aren't you?
Yeah, I should be. The world needs that much help.
They really do, though.
You're the hero the internet needs, Chris. Not the one it deserves.
I'm the
You
one
got
they
that
do.
right.
Oh, Christ.
Wow, that's mighty lofty of you there, John.
I'm a god of justice. I will rule the world with my death
Whoa.
note.
Hold on there, Mr. Light Yagami. None of that up in my house.
Lord. Welcome to Backwards
Let's-
Compatible, where we fill the show with niche anime references in the first 2 minutes. Yay!
Hey, it's not that niche. It was on Adult Swim. People.
Oh, fair enough.
It's old hat, I think, is a term you could use, maybe. I don't know, but Deco's here to watch, so hey.
Old hat for an old man. Hello, Deco. How are you?
Hello, Deco.
Oh, and Andrew's here, who says there are too many hashtag gates. There are.
I totally agree.
I agree too. Bendgate.
Jeez. Too many.
Propagate.
Oh, no.
Probably. Hey, that's a gate I can get behind.
Oh, let's start the damn show.
Let's do it. So greetings and welcome everybody to episode 15 of Backwards Compatible. We're a snazzy group of 3 peeps with a passion for nerdy things like video games, anime, Surge, and other such things. Last week we introduced ourselves with video game theme song track titles, so now we're going to do geeky weapons or combat styles. Good one, John. I like this.
I do my best.
Okay, I think I've got one. My name is Randy Thompson, and I'm the Z-Sword of this podcast, because if you throw a heavy rock at me, I will break in half. And according to Wii Fit, for my age thing, it says that there might be an old man living inside me. So, that's me.
Wow.
I don't. What?
You
No,
know what?
it begs for more, but we're going to wait on that, because I'm Jonathan Higgins, the Sonic Knuckle of this podcast. I pack punch that devastates my enemies with fanboyish force. But I'm also banned or locked behind an impossible rock, paper, scissors game, depending on who you ask. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless Phantasy Star Online.
Is it
Wow.
dead? Isn't Phantasy Star dead in the West?
It is, but God bless it anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Chris,
And here we go, Wildcard Corsair, who has filled absolutely nothing out on the outline. So I'm going to be winging it this whole episode.
You
That's
can be.
okay.
You can be. Here's a weapon. You can be the.
No,
green
I
hero.
already I
like,
picked it up.
weapons,
Like in the last couple seconds, I picked
weapons are
what I
nice
was
and
going to
easy.
say. Or you said fighting style, right?
Or weapons. So you
Or
can do-
weapons. Well, you guys both did weapons. So I am going to do the Berserker Barrage of this podcast because I am shorter than most people, but I am just as fierce, alright? Don't you forget it.
And what is Berserker Barrage from, Chris?
John, you've played video games and probably watched cartoons and maybe possibly at one point in time have read comic books.
Yes?
Wolverine, man. Berserker Barrage.
Oh!
Come on, dude.
God!
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, 3,
Hey,
Children of the Atom.
Guess who doesn't play fighting games? Like, the last non-Zone fighting
you
game...
play Smash. What are you playing right now, John?
Hey,
Thank you very
hey.
much. A fighting game.
Hey! Smash Brothers is a fighting game with 15
Hold it!
characters in it.
Contradiction has been found.
It's also an RPG because you can play
We
as
need-
me.
Oh, God damn, John.
Before everybody takes out their weapons and starts attacking each other now, just going to say that I'm happy to have you guys here. I'm happy to have you here, John. Happy to have you here, Chris.
I'm happy to have you here, Randy.
Thank you. See, Chris gets on my good side. I'm also happy to have Deco and Andrew and all the other people watching. I'm glad to have them here. So, yeah, cool. We're here, and we're doing it live. We're doing it a bit late because Chris has an adorable son who is staying up later
Yes,
now.
he has to be a good father, man.
I know, right? Imagine that. I got a little half pint running around calling the shots, and not me. This is what happens when you become parents, guys. You lose control over everything.
So we're starting a bit late. It's 9:38 p.m. here Central Time on October 8th, 2014, and we're gonna start things off since now we've introduced ourselves and already probably threatened each other's lives more than once by going over last week's audience question, which was if you could pilot any mech from anything.
Oh!
Chris, man, you sound like you've got some regrets. But before we get to us, we have audience answers. So one of our guys who's watching right now, Mr. Andrew Rudder, says that Escaflowne wins for coolest mech, but you do sync with it and you get injuries if it does. He also says his Raven from MechWarrior 2, which is the first LAN game he played, and if we're talking Japanese mechs, the Red Ava from Evangelion, which would be Unit 2, though still the nightmares and body sync issues. So finally, he's come to decide on the Wolf Zord from Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
Wow, he really brought it on this question, man.
Yeah.
You get Andrew talking about mechs, man.
Broad spectrum of mechs, man. That's
Good luck for the rest of us. Jeez.
It's true.
Yeah.
I have a reference I'll pull out of my hat, though.
Oh yeah,
I do. But
Good.
there's more,
Well,
isn't there?
we do. We've got Charlotte Buckingham, who said that she would pilot Weltall from Xenogears. So excellent, good choice. A game
Has
that
to
I
work
still need to
Xenogears into the show, doesn't she? One
She
day I'll
does.
play Xenogears.
It
One
is the
day.
silent reminder. The silent reminder. You need to get on that, John.
I know.
Okay, so those were the ones that I had. But for my answers, for raw power, I'd go Evangelion Unit 1 with the S2 engine installed because it can't be beaten by anything. John knows what I'm talking about, except for he's clicking
do.
the link right now to be like, what exactly is this?
It's true.
Whatever,
I need
man.
to refresh. Oh, that. Yep.
After it's
Is
eaten
there
that
a
thing,
link? I wanna click a link.
Hey.
there are
Click a
links.
link too.
Oh, I can't click it from this.
Oh.
Oh.
What
Bull.
the hell?
Well,
Chris
my other
left
choice
out.
for
All right.
coolness would
Well,
be
why don't you
Gundam
tell me what it
Death Scythe
is?
Hell. Well, fine. It's Unit 1 from Evangelion after it's ingested this thing called the S2 engine, and basically it doesn't need external batteries anymore. It just runs infinitely, and it's pretty much the strongest thing in the universe at that point. So.
Well, I know, but what is the link?
Oh, it's
Is it
just
like to a
Unit,
picture, or video,
Yes.
or?
It's
a
a
picture of Unit
Okay,
1. Like
that's
the
what
swing arm thing.
In berserk
Yeah.
mode.
Yes.
Going nuts. Hey.
And then for ultimate badassness and cool factor, I would pick Gundam Death Scythe Hell from Gundam Wing because
And
it's
if I
really,
can
Everybody-
describe this
everybody-
picture to you, Chris.
Everybody knows customs better. Come on.
No, custom is not better.
Come on.
because
It can go full stealth. Custom can go full stealth.
It
Are
also
we gonna have this argument right now, gentlemen?
we're having it for 2 seconds because one, it has stupid bat wings, and two, it doesn't have the cool buster
Stupid bat
shield.
wings! It's like the coolest thing they could have done to it. First of all,
No.
bat wings are not
It
lame. Bat
doesn't
wings are
have-
awesome. Bat wings make everything better. That is science. That is proven.
Okay, you know what? It's lacking a weapon. It does not have the buster shield that the previous two had, which was super cool.
That
Like,
was lame
awesome.
because it doesn't need it. It has
Children, play nice.
full optical camouflage, eliminates its need to be
Listen.
defensive when
Listen.
it can sneak up and eviscerate an enemy with the beam sight, which is longer and more badass now.
Your Gundam references have nothing on my answer.
Fine, what's yours?
I picked
You're
I picked the chameleon, Also, ERX-75, codename Valdor, from the Genesis game Arrow Flash, released in 1990 and played by 5 people in the world. Hi!
Nice.
Yeah, because I have never heard of that.
Yeah.
You're damn right. Nobody's heard of it.
John, if he's not talking about Pokemon, it's some really niche old retro game that him and 5 other people played. So,
Damn right. I don't change for nobody.
Chris, I know that you have strong opinions, obviously, about Death Scythe Hell Custom. But are there any other mechs that you would also enjoy?
Let's see. Well, definitely Death Scythe Hell Custom. Another one that I also really, really love is the mech from Escaflowne. That was one of the anime I watched as a kid, right alongside Gundam Wing, actually.
Of course.
Let's see. Another big shout out to the Power Loader from Aliens. I want to rep it for our homeboy Jared. I'm going to pour a little bit out for that guy. And our talk of Aliens on a previous show. Let's see, what else? If I can think of something else real quick. I know this isn't necessarily a mech, but it's also pretty cool. In the Guardians of the Galaxy comics, actually before Guardians of the Galaxy even formed, Star-Lord had a ship that was sentient and actually communicated with him telepathically, and it was named Ship. So,
Well,
Of course.
yeah. So I'd say that one too, because that one's super badass.
We got Deco, who says it's a toss-up between the Mighty Morphin Megazord and Dan of Thursday from Gunsword. I'm familiar with the first.
I
but-
know the Mighty Morphin Megazord for reals. I don't think there's a person in this room or in our audience that doesn't know the Megazord.
And if you
No, probably not.
don't be watching the show. It's not for you.
Well, the show is backwards compatible
Disqualifier.
with all Power Rangers fans. It is on Netflix, isn't it?
It is, yeah, for sure. And I think that and like both movies are too. Like, there's only 2, right? I just remember Mighty Morphin.
No, there's a
movie
million.
And then Turbo.
Listen, all I know is I saw Mighty Morphin Power Rangers live as a kid, and there was this holographic card that we all held up, and it shone light, and they're like, "We need your light, audience!" And all the audience held up their little holographic cards because they had us in the palm of their hand. That is one of my childhood memories.
Wow. I'm both very disturbed and also extremely jealous. Because I'm sure young Randy was like, oh my god, if that's a thing that I could go to, I would be there in a second.
It was in Tampa, Florida. I don't remember the exact location, but that was a thing, and it happened.
Wow. Oh.
Look at you, Mr. Awesome. I just had to run around with the little belt, the little belt morphers. When the movie came out, McDonald's had those toys, or Burger King, or whoever it was. I used to run around with my little belt morpher and pretend and swap out the discs because they
Power
would do
Ranger action figures from the 90s. My mom still has those somewhere. They're probably worth money now.
I don't know. They've been doing a lot of re-releases of
I
the
don't
old
know.
toys.
Yeah, probably not actually.
Fair enough. I have no idea. I am not a toy collector.
That's fine, man. So, guys, what have you been up to? John, you've got to have been doing stuff since the last time we had the show.
Oh,
Tell me what
hell
you've
yeah.
been up to.
Well, I mean, my list is pretty steep this week, filled with stuff we've already talked about. We've talked Theater Rhythm to death. We've talked enough about Hyrule Warriors. I've certainly talked about Pokemon enough. And Pierre Solar. But I know that Chris and I are going to be talking about Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS, because that came out in North America this week, and Chris and I even had a few matches together. So I'll wait until his section to discuss Smash Bros. Proper. But real quick, I did buy Mickey's Magical Quest 2, aka The Great Circus Mystery, starring Mickey and Minnie in North America, because I had no idea that a sequel to that game existed, but apparently it did. So I got it, and I've been playing it, and it's more of what made Mickey's Magical Quest great, so I've been playing more of that. And I will play the third one that apparently came out on Game Boy Advance, and we'll see if kind of new flavor can compare to retro flavor. And of course, Later on in the show, I'll be talking about the awesome, spectacular Terror in Resonance that I have watched fully now because it is finished. Saw the closing credits of the final episode. Everything has wrapped itself up pretty nicely. I don't think we're going to see another episode after this week. I think there are only 11 episodes total, but it was a good run, and I'll explain more about that and comparing it to Death Note, which I've become addicted to. Thanks, Randy.
You're welcome. What can I say? I do good at my job.
And well, I mean, I watched Eden of the East as well because I wanted to draw more of those kind of comparisons for my talk later. But hey, there's one more game on that list. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
What's that game you've been telling me to play for months now?
Velocity 2X.
I don't have
And Persona.
I don't have my Vita back yet, unfortunately, but I did download Velocity 2X via PlayStation Plus on my PS4, which you didn't even know I owned.
Who could remember that?
Or you straight forgot. I did not bold it to talk about it later because I have only wet my feet. I stuck my feet in the water to be able to talk about this game.
Okay.
I played through the first 5 or 6 levels where I think
that's nothing.
4 of them are in the ship and 2 of them are on foot, and I could definitely see why Chris is high off this game. But
well, let me tell you, if you like the first 5 or 6,
how many levels are in the game? Is it the 50 that it's showing me, or?
Yeah, it's 50.
Because that whole EXP to unlock thing is... Am I going to run into issues where I'm replaying levels 10,000 times?
Nah, I didn't really have a problem. I think... no, I don't think I had to go back at all, actually, when I did it.
Fair
But
enough.
then again, I got perfects on, like, the first 14 levels, so...
Well, you are probably better at Velocity 2X than I
No,
will be.
no, sir. The first 10 easily are training wheels. So
Fair enough, but I will certainly get more into that game as time permits. But I definitely wanted to at least put my feet in the water since it's been sitting here and Sony has been reluctant to send my Vita back to me for some reason.
I know, what's up with that, man? Come on.
I don't know. I'm gonna call them soon and see if it got lost in the ether because I have no idea where it is. And when I try to pull up my case number or whatever on the internet, it just leads to like dead air. It doesn't
You know
say
what?
like the case number doesn't exist. It just is dead air.
We'll take this to Shuhei if this keeps going on, man. We'll take it right. We'll take it right to the top.
I mean,
We're not worried.
I was a huge Vita fan and I would love to play it, but I just have to get it back.
This is like, wow, dude, how long has it been for real? It's been like a month at least.
It's been a
at
little
this point,
bit,
right?
man. Yes, sir.
Wow.
I will
Wow.
be inquiring very shortly. That is for reals.
I had
But-
my 360 back. I had to get my 360 repaired one time, and they sent it back in like 10 days.
Yeah, no, it's been more than 10 days.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
it was.
People have been
They were
sending
like,
me
boom.
packages. I got the Zelda Monopoly from GameStop, and friend of the show Haley sent me this awesome swag that I am going to indeed show off because I'm quite proud of it. Let's take a look at the camera so you guys can see. It is the Shovel Knight
cool.
soundtrack, but it's, as you can see, it's signed by members of the team. Haley got this for me at PAX Prime, and I love her to death for it. But she sent me a package, and I got the GameStop Monopoly from UPS as well. And I'm just like, where's my Vita? Because, like, I always go, whenever they miss my door and whenever I'm at work and I miss the package, I have to go to my office. And they're like, are you expecting something? In the case of the GameStop Monopoly, or the Zelda Monopoly from GameStop, I was kind of expecting it, so I kind of knew what to describe to them, but I had no idea Haley had shipped me the package via UPS, so I'm like, oh, it's a teeny tiny package from Sony, it must be my Vita, guys. But it was this big ass box
Aw.
from Haley, and I'm like,
Heartbreak.
I'm half
Yes.
excited because obviously it's my package from Haley and I'm highly anticipating it, but half of me is defeated too because it's still not my goddamn Vita. So that's my little side story. I think I'm about done. Chris, what have you been up to?
Whoa. Well, definitely the aforementioned Smash Brothers for 3DS. That's been wicked, man. That has been a damn good old time.
It's true.
I also, I will call them the 8-Bit Fix expatriates because, as you know, the old alma mater is dead and gone. So the rest of us, we planned to host a game room at a local convention for Star Wars, and planned up all these Star Wars themed games, all sorts of cool stuff like that. And well, wouldn't you know it, the site went down. We decided to stick with it anyway. We said, we're going to see it through because we made this obligation. So we got together, showed up, ran a game room for 2 days, and hosted a Melee tournament and a Super Smash Brothers for 3DS tournament.
That must have been fun.
You know what? That was hilarious because it was my first time running a tournament, like myself. I was the one doing the brackets and stuff.
Oh, damn.
Most of the time, because I've done this before, but I've always been the helper. I've been, okay, don't do that.
Right.
You don't do that.
Right.
You keep doing that. Do it some more. But not me actually dealing with how to actually run one. So this is my first time, and it was pretty stressful. It was a little crazy.
Did you succeed or did you fail miserably? Because I would probably do the latter.
Actually, it went pretty smoothly, I have to say. As soon as I found out kind of how to work the brackets in a way, because it was a double elimination tournament, how to work them in a way that they kept the losers and the winners bracket sort of evened out, so that way one didn't get ahead of the other in matches. So, that was a learning experience.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, that was fun. So there was that. That was last Saturday. I also watched the last 3 episodes of last season's Arrow, as well as the premiere of Arrow today, which just ended, I kid you not, like 45 minutes ago. And then I also watched the day before that the season premiere of The Flash, which kind of accompanies it on the CW.
See, I saw the tail end of The Flash because my girlfriend and I watch Supernatural. It's mostly my girlfriend that watches it, but I kind of watch it by proxy. So I saw the last 5 minutes at least.
Well, then okay. You got a major spoiler without having seen anything in the episode besides that. Wow, okay. But I will definitely be talking at least about The Flash. I'm not sure if I'll be talking that much about Arrow because I can't mention much aside from general feelings without major spoilers.
Thanks.
So, come on, you're the one who's holding me back there, dude.
I watched it this week. It ended 45 minutes ago. Holy hell, man.
Well, technically, it's airing right now for you.
Well, the person that I'd be watching it with is currently gone, so not going to work anyway.
Okay.
See, well, it's like when we sit down, Randy, to watch Sherlock, but our significant others aren't with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Any other games? Just normal stuff. Theatrhythm, Natural Doctrine. That's pretty much it.
Nice. Fair enough. I see Deco has contributed a lot to the conversation. A lot of funny too.
Sure. I'm gonna go through his, and then I'm gonna go through what I've been doing. Deco asks, John, would you say that you're living La Vida Loca? Because you
Yes, sir. Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
He also mentions Side Story, which I don't remember what we were talking about where we mentioned that. He says, now I want a backwards compatible podcast, Gaiden.
When I was saying about the Power Rangers something or other. Sorry for that side story. I think.
Ooh, gotcha. Yeah. He's also...
podcast game.
He's
the
also
podcast where Jonathan talks for like 20 minutes straight without interruption.
You can get that. You can start a Hangout live tomorrow night. Just Jonathan.
Jonathan decides.
Yep.
Before you know it, the audio will be like 10 hours long.
I come and check it out like, wow, we have a 10-hour long video. Oh, that's Jonathan's Friday night. Never mind. Deco also says, Phantasy Star Universe Forever. Viva Gurhal. Which I assume
you did pronounce that correctly. Well done.
Sweet.
I did play Phantasy Star Universe, and I do agree with him.
Cool. He also asks if that one
Aeroflash.
thing, Aeroflash, was
There you go.
on the Sega Channel.
It was.
See, Deco knows everything. He also
He
says
does.
Dot Hack Versus is the greatest fighting game. You know what? I have not played it, but I want to, but I've seen plenty of videos, and it looks really, really cool. And it helps that I'm also a Dot Hack fan.
That helps a lot, yeah, I would say.
Yeah. So I did some things this past week.
No way.
Yeah, I did. I actually got to finish Season 3 of Korra, so now I'm all set. Except for I've decided I enjoy watching Korra back-to-back episodes, so in about 3 months I will watch all of Season 4.
You don't have to worry about Korra spoilers on this here podcast.
Well, I do because Chris is still watching Avatar, so...
No. I didn't mean talking about it. I meant hearing it from us.
Oh, well...
Well, actually, I already know everything that happened in the Season 4 opening because pretty much every single person I know has watched it and has been tweeting it and posting about it on Tumblr. So I've literally seen that entire episode in
I don't know why
various
people-
GIFs.
I don't know why you go to Tumblr. You're just gonna get everything ruined for you, because that's like, what's that? Was something made? Here's everything that you need to
It's
know.
not Tumblr. It's everything is ruined forever.
It's like, okay, hey, I'm Tumblr. Hey, Randy, I heard you like Korra.
Just vomit spoilers all over my face. I can't look away. It's just there's nowhere to go.
It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. It's so crazy.
When I eventually get this show on iTunes or something where you can subscribe to us, this is going to be the episode titled Spoiler Vomit.
I like that title. That's a good title.
So that was really excellent, actually. Korra's really great, and I'm looking forward to that game from Platinum coming out at the end of the month. But I
Yes.
also played, of course, the Dragon Ball Xenoverse network test, which was on Saturday. So
And you'll be talking forever about that when we get to it. But I'm
we'll talk
actually
about it forever.
I'm
But-
actually looking forward to it because I know like that is your Smash Brothers for 3DS. Chris and I are over here hyped, playing as the Duck Hunt Dog and other names I can mention now because the game's been out. Woo!
We spoiled everything. I made you spoil everything.
That's right.
It was
That
Zoidberg.
did happen.
Yeah,
It was Zoidberg.
yeah, it was.
So I will talk more
But
about that
that's
later.
your thing. So like, I'm really excited to hear what you have to say.
I have lots of things to say, but I won't be too annoying about it. Other game that I played, I'm a big Castlevania fan. Like, I love Symphony of the Night and a bunch of the GBA games and stuff.
You're hyped that those are coming to the Wii U Virtual Console, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we just got Dracula X Chronicles, or whatever the hell the
And
Super
Circle
Nintendo
of the
one
Moon
was.
is coming at some point.
Yeah,
Ooh.
exactly. Circle of the Moon I actually never finished, and I never owned it, so I'll be interested to play that and actually beat it.
That was like one of the first games I got for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, because
See,
it was...
I need to replay one of the DS games. I forget which one it was called. I had it in my hands for a second because my friend lent it to me, but the main characters' names are Jonathan, spelled correctly, and Charlotte. So it kind of has to be done at this
I'm
point.
not-
Portrait of Ruin.
I'm not sure there is a correct way of spelling Jonathan.
Come on,
I
come
think
on.
that's kind of a matter of what your name is.
No,
Yeah.
there is only one correct way, and it's the one I have, and the one Jon Stewart has. Come on.
But I'm a
Are you
big...
talking about Jon Stewart as in the Green Lantern? I'm sorry, Randy. I'm sorry.
Jesus. Go on about Castlevania, Randy. Quick.
No, he's not talking about the Green Lantern guy, which is what I always think of whenever I read anything about the Green Lantern
There
guy.
you go.
Like, oh, the Comedy Central host. Oh, wait, no, he's not a superhero. But anyway, I picked up Lords of Shadow, the first one, recently, which is an entirely different developer and a whole different genre. But so I knew what I was getting into when I was playing it, so I started playing that, and it's not bad. I like it. It's not a real Castlevania game to me. I've played like an hour and a half. I'm not even in a fucking castle yet. Jesus.
There you go.
So I don't know. We'll see if I get there. It'll be like the last half a stage. Like, oh, also there's a castle. Like, you think? So I did
Well, I mean,
that.
come on.
I know.
There's what I was gonna say. Like titles are superfluous. Look at half of the Legend of Zelda games don't even have Zelda in it. So
Wait. Hold the fucking phone. You're gonna tell that to a Zelda fan that half the Zelda games don't have Zelda in it?
okay, that is a slight exaggeration, but there are Zelda games without Zelda in it.
There's only like a reference to her in your famous, your super great Link's Awakening, and then
And it's in the very beginning, Randy.
and it's like Zelda is a person. Anyway, so
Yeah,
we're on this journey.
Still not in it.
Yeah, she's not in it. And then
Not in
Majora's
it at all.
Mask, she's there in a flashback. That's it.
Unless, you guys, unless Marin from Link's Awakening is actually a dreamlike representation of Zelda, which is why Link thinks she's Zelda in the first place when he first wakes up. Boom!
Yeah. that's
No,
the point,
she
but
is a
that's-
dream representation, if anything, of Malon.
Really? That's where you're gonna go with this?
Well, yeah.
I'll pull up pictures, motherfucker. I'm the Link's Awakening expert since we're over here pulling punches on this show.
She looks
think-
just like.
Son, you gonna debate this with me, son?
Hold on, you have fun. Let Randy finish.
I was gonna say, I think just me talking through my list is enough to like cause debates, because like John goes through his, I did this, this, and this. Oh, that's cool. What about you, Chris? I did this, this, and this. Cool. What'd you do, Randy? I did this. Okay, tangent time. Like, all right, guys, hold on.
It's contagious.
Lip zipped.
I also started watching this other show, which I'm going to talk about later, called Aoi Hono, or Blue Blazes, and I'm going to talk somebody into watching that show because it's super great. And then, of course, also Doctor Who. There, see? That's all I needed. I just needed to say those 2 sentences, and we can then move on to news. How does that sound, guys?
It's it sounds great, Randy.
Good, you can unzip now. Andrew says, remind me to nerd out about Green Lantern on a later show. Yeah, come on. You can talk to Chris
Yeah.
all day.
I'm all about it.
We ought to have Andrew back on the show. You'll remember, ladies and gentlemen, that he guested on this show 3-4 episodes back. I miss you, Andrew. Come back to us. Come
You
back
just
to
want
us like Roxas.
Pokemon buddy. You just want a Pokemon buddy. That's all
Maybe.
you want.
Maybe.
You're a Pokemon buddy whore is all you are. Anyway, speaking of Pokemon and whoring yourself out, John, what's the deal with Smash Bros? What is new with that?
Smash Brothers for Wii U and Amiibos have been confirmed for November 21st, 2014 in North America. It's coming December 5th, 4 days before my birthday, in Europe, with Amiibos arriving just a little earlier on November 28th. I think there's a second wave coming later in December. More Amiibos are coming, speaking of that second wave, like Luigi, Captain Falcon, and Pit. Let the craze begin.
Aw, yeah.
They're going to announce that third wave, or the fourth wave, or fifth wave, and it's going to have Shulk in it, and that's going to be the next Amiibo I buy. But beyond that, my little Link and Yoshi, that's it. That's it!
John,
Say that now.
I really hate to say this. I think Shulk as a amiibo is kind of a long shot.
I know, but that's why if it ever happens, like, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
You'll use it for Smash Bros. As well as Xenoblade Chronicles X, where you can summon Shulk to be in your party and fight alongside you. And whatever the hell is going
Why
on.
do you think the blonde-haired dude was there in the very first E3 trailer, or January 23rd Direct trailer? Why do you think that happened? It was a reference to Amiibos happening 2 years down the line.
It was a reference to somebody really feeling it.
Local man is really feeling it.
But what's cool is that now we have a release date for the Smash Brothers that matters. So that's cool. I'm happy for that.
I will agree that it's definitely the Smash Brothers that matters. There is a lot about the 3DS version, now having played both copies of it for over 40 hours collectively. There is a lot about the 3DS version that falls short. That the Wii U version will pick up that slack and be like, hey, remember that game you played a month ago? This is what it should have been like.
Surprise, surprise. That's what I've been trying to tell people all along.
I really did. When Jared was on the fence about it, and he's like, should I get Smash? I'm like, dude, damn it, no. But he got it anyway.
I know.
You hate your circle pads. That's all you guys do. You just hate your circle pads.
I know. I've been
Why,
pretty
did you
delicate with
break
my
it?
circle pads. No.
No, I've seen some friends on Twitter that are like, God damn it, it's broken. Like, this isn't just like, oh, here's an article about one person who randomly broke it. It's like legitimately theirs, and they've taken photos, and it's just like, God damn it. What have I
Seriously,
done?
they need to stop doing so much PCP when they play their 3DS systems, man. I don't know what the hell.
Seriously, I haven't done that much damage to my 3DS. That
Guys.
seems find it right now.
Stop with the methamphetamines. Please. You're
Drugs
only
are
hurting
bad,
yourselves.
Drugs are now over because Chris said, stop it, guys. Chill.
Guys. Come on.
Come on.
There you go. Ends PSA. There you go.
There you go.
Here
Hey,
it is.
there's another thing. Did you mention about Captain Toad?
Oh, are you guys excited about Captain Toad Treasure Tracker?
Yeah, I kind of am.
It's gonna get lost in the shuffle for me. I'll pick it up eventually, but it'll be like my Mario Kart, where I pick it up 6 months after it matters.
But Nintendo games are timeless, so it'll always matter.
Nintendo games are timeless, and so are the goddamn prices of the Nintendo games.
Yeah,
You
that's
bet they
exactly
are.
what I was going to say.
Hey,
But it's
Randy,
coming.
there's a piece of news that you're super excited about.
I guess you could say I'm super excited. Like right away, I was like, okay. But more thinking about it, I'm like, yeah. So Kingdom Hearts 3, which is a game that some people have been waiting for since like 2006, is being developed. It's changing development. It's no longer going to be on their Luminous engine, their sort of in-house engine that they're using for 15, and instead will be made for Unreal Engine 4 because they kept getting into some problems with getting everything running on the engine. So hey, will that save dev time? Probably, because I don't have to fuck with a stupid engine for years and years and years to get things working. Do you know why 13 took as long as it did? It's because they made their stupid Crystal Tools engine, which is only used for 4 games, by the way. 3 of them are 13 titles. They spent the time trying to figure that out. Meanwhile, they had just people making assets for a game, and then they're finally like, oh, we got the engine working. Let's make Final Fantasy 13, guys. Oh, wow, you guys have like 8 bajillion stages, and we don't have any time for any of this. Scrap half of it, make it into another game or whatever the hell, doesn't matter. So, yeah,
Wow.
if this can cut down on confusion and stupidity, then awesome. I mean, just swear.
Chris and I
There's
fight
only-
amongst each other, but Randy's tirades are against Square Enix.
Yeah.
I love them. I love them a lot, and I love the final results, but Jesus.
Lightning Return, or not Lightning Returns, but the Lightning Trilogy comes out on Steam when?
Well, 13 is out tomorrow. I've already got it preloaded and finished downloading today.
Mm-hmm.
And
What?
how big was that file? I heard it was massive.
It is huge. It's like 50, 60 gigs. It's something ridiculous. But the good thing is,
Holy shit.
the good thing here, guys, the good thing, the reason why it's so large is because, like, okay, so when they announced it on the page, it's like, here's the languages that it's in: audio, English, and then all of the different, like, text languages and things. And so then there started to be a huge petition on the Steam forums that was pinned to the top. It's like, hey, we kind of want to like a dual language release. That'd be kind of cool, right, guys? I mean, you didn't do it for the PS3 and the 360 version, but it'd be neat. And then today, silently, they updated the Steam page to be like, oh, preload is ready. Also, it's both languages now. So, surprise! So now you can play it in 2 things.
Look at how happy Randy is. Look at this
He's pretty
face.
happy.
I like 13, and I really like Lightning's Japanese voice actress, Maya Sakamoto, who's an amazing singer, by the way. If you've ever watched Wolf's Rain, she sings the ending theme, and it's super great. So there's that, which will be super fun time. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that Kingdom Hearts 3 should hopefully be coming soon because it's being used on a well-developed and very large engine that everybody uses. So if they have problems, they can Google it instead of make problems themselves.
Can you imagine Tetsuya Nomura being like, oop, we ran into a problem. Let me Google that for you.
Yep, just type
Before
furiously.
we get too far away from the Smash Bros. Talk, one little quip from Deco that says, since Super Smash Bros. Wii U will come out just before American Thanksgiving Day, I hope lots of people will settle Wishbone bids with Smash.
There you go. I was
The
going
only
to
way to do
say that, fuck, I forgot Deco said that and I completely, damn.
What are you gonna settle it in Smash?
No. It was about Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. I want to take wagers as to how many zippers are on Tetsuya Nomura's computer keyboard.
There's belts and zippers everywhere.
Is it 4, 5, 6 zippers, maybe?
seen the Tetsuya Nomura Hatsune Miku?
What? Is it like his Batman? Is it just armor on top of armor and points on top of points?
I tweeted out a link from Wario64 on Twitter. Go check out my Twitter at Radical Defect, and you will
I have him blocked.
see it.
I have him blocked. I can't see anything he posts.
Even if I retweet it?
Yeah.
Very strange.
He's blocked. All of his things are hidden from me. Like, I did that on purpose.
I will at least grab
Yeah, you
the
gotta
link.
copy and paste it, because that's the only way I'll see it.
Well, then that's why you missed it. And Randy's been doing stuffs. Well,
All
then,
right,
Randy,
then,
while I'm doing that, you can get to the next story, which
sure,
I think...
before I do have one Deco thing up here who says, I hope it's at least a half-decent Windows port. My experience with Windows ports from console developers, especially Japanese console developers, has been mostly crappy. The good thing is that apparently there was a PC release in the works with Square back when they were working on 13, but eventually they just scrapped it so that way they could kind of focus on the console versions. So this at least has been in production for a long time and has been there since the start, so it's not a super hastily put together port, at least from the reports that I've read. So it should be good, and I will let you know tomorrow because I will be playing it and streaming it via twitch.tv/saber_breaker. So there's that.
There's that shameless plug.
Hey, Chris, are you excited about Final Fantasy Explorers for the 3DS?
Wow, she's hot.
Oh, that's right. We have a thing to look at.
Huh? Yeah. My bad.
Oh,
Final Fantasy Explorers. Hell yes, I'm excited. No, look, come on. Look at these. Look at that baby face right there.
I'm about to
Hey,
add
maybe
it
not
to our
baby
showcase
face, that's a
so
little
that way people can
but-
see it as well.
There you go. You do that.
Look at that, baby. Look at him oogling it. Oh, live oogling.
Anyway,
Randy.
I'm not one for Hatsune Miku, to be completely honest with you, but
Well,
them some
Deco
good
says no.
graphics.
Just know, dare you not profane her holiness with your foul touch, Nomura.
Okay,
Deal with
he's
it,
a
Deco.
fan. He's
I love you. I
a
love you,
devoted
Deco.
fan.
I love you.
So hey, Final Fantasy Explorers.
Explorer.
Yeah,
You excited for it? Do you like to
I'm
play
super
games?
down.
Do you like to play
I-
your 3DS games in 3D? Sometimes?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
guess what? You don't get to play this one in 3D because it's not
What?
in 3D.
Come on. Are you
Sorry,
serious?
man. I'm serious. There's no 3D support for Final Fantasy Explorers on 3DS.
I mean,
So-
okay, it's not gonna change. Like, I'm not gonna enjoy it any less per se, but I really liked it there. I have the 3D on all the time. I don't know what you're doing, John, but
This is the bar for my level of care that the game is 3D. Watch it lower.
I don't.
Oh. See, you know
so
what?
you care less now?
Dude, I have never cared that 3DS games are in 3D. I occasionally dabble in the feature when Renegade Kid and Nisa have been behind it with Cave Story 3D and Mutant Mudds. Beyond that,
Okay.
eh,
Okay. I can understand your hesitance, sir, but I will also say it actually does provide functionality in certain games. It elevates the input screen so that way you are less distracted by the backgrounds as opposed to having them on about the same plane of viewing.
I should give that a whirl.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm not joking with you. If you actually have the 3D on, it actually makes the game easier to see. I'm not even joking with you.
Huh. See,
Yeah.
like 3D with me, I every game I play, I see it to see how it works. I have not
Mhm.
done it with Theater Rhythm because like it's a music game and I haven't really thought about it. But with like Super Mario 3D Land and games like that, I will occasionally turn on the 3D and see how it looks.
Yeah,
They
they
not
definitely
really
made a
a
point.
gigantic, jaw-dropping, must-have experience with me on my 3D system. My concept of what the 3DS could have been and what it actually is in reality were two completely different things. I'm very underwhelmed by 3D without glasses, with two notable exceptions, and that is Renegade Kid and Cave Story 3D, respectively.
Of course.
I will
That's not
say.
only because it's Cave Story, like
I
the
just have to
3D
Are
bang
you
on
sure?
that.
Are you
Use well.
really? Are you sure?
yes,
Because
raise my
I
hand
played-
and promise.
I've played Mutant Mudds, and the 3D was not that impressive in that game. The most impressive 3D games that I've played so far have been 3D Land, Kid Icarus Uprising, Theatrhythm for the functional use, Shin Megami Tensei 4, and...
See,
what
I
was
never
the fifth
played
one?
Shin
What was
Megami
the other
Tensei
one?
4.
The 3D in that is spectacular.
The only
It's
game
really
on
good.
3DS that I actually played with 3D on the whole time, because eventually I would just get sick of it because of the small little window of it working with the 3DS, which is one thing I'm really excited about with the new 3DS. I'm like, oh, then I would have 3D on all the time if it wouldn't like constantly be going in and out. The only game I
Yeah.
played all the way through in 3D was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It was just gorgeous, so of course. But yeah, no Final Fantasy Explorers in 3D, so that's kind of sad. You don't even have the option.
Sad, but
Yeah.
not torch-worthy.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
doesn't kill my vibe for it. I mean, I'll still definitely get the game. It's going to be right along there with like Pokemon had it's completely terrible use of 3D, and so did Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. Also, no 3D there.
Yeah.
Totes with
Except-
you, but
Except on the one screen where you would fuse your demons,
yes.
and then it was just like, oh, there's 3D now. You're like, oh, thank God for the 10-second sequence. Thank you.
It's
Thank
like,
you,
forget
Atlas.
the massive, beautifully illustrated, like, scenery and stuff. Forget all
Yeah.
that. When
Yeah.
you fuse your demons, man! Them demon fuses.
Oh, Fire Emblem Awakening has an excellent use of 3D.
Alright, I'm with
When
you.
you're on that stage, the one where you're going on the pier, right before you're supposed to like sink all kinds of ships. Remember that one?
Hmm.
It's that one. It's the one
Chapter
where
11.
it's the one where you first meet Serge.
I'm gonna be kick-ass if I got that right.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'll Google it later.
you can see seagulls flying, and they appear closer to you
Yes,
than they do on the bottom of it. It's like really great. I was like,
Alright,
wow.
I'm
And the
with you there.
burning embers from certain levels, like where the forest was on fire after the gross guys are running around, the burning embers float up towards the camera too. It's really great.
I need to replay that game again. Damn it!
It's visually,
Damn it,
it's
Chris!
amazing.
Damn it!
It's great. It's great.
what?
It's seriously still top 5 for me.
You know, instead of replaying that, John, you could play a new 3DS game, which apparently there was some news about, I think, like today or something.
Segway.
Yeah, see, I did that there. John, do you know what I'm talking about?
I only know what you're talking about because friend of the show Charlotte covered the Monster Hunter Direct that happened earlier this morning for her various outlets that she works under. I have no goddamn idea what happened at the
What is
Direct.
it?
There are a bunch of new monsters revealed and various features and whatnot that I know nothing about.
But you
Wow.
can play with Samus armor.
Yes, that's a thing. That's a thing I can say. Samus armor was revealed. It's yet another Nintendo Monster Hunter crossover. Let all the crossovers happen. We had Sonic, Metroid, Zelda. Like, eventually there's going to be Star Fox and shit because Bayonetta has Star Fox too. Like, Nintendo's just pimping out their properties left and right, and I couldn't be happier for it.
I gotta say, I've definitely not been the biggest supporter of Monster Hunter on this here podcast, but all of this Nintendo crossover content that they're adding, it's really, really making me want this game despite me not ever liking any of the previous ones.
Listen,
I
we're going to
mean,
get
you can
Charlotte on
have-
this show, and
Oh, no,
after
yeah.
an hour, every single one of us, besides, well, it'll be interesting to see which one of us she convinces and which one of but Chris, you'll drink the Kool-Aid.
Dude, I already have it on pre-order.
See?
Whoa. Okay.
She like held me down and poured the Kool-Aid directly into my mouth.
That's how that works.
She Kool-Aid boarded me.
It's gonna happen to me too.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna happen. Like, my days are numbered, and I know it. because Charlotte's one of my best friends, and like it has to happen. It will.
Yeah.
It will. I'm okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say that the Isabelle, you can actually download DLC to change your felines, felines. I don't know how you pronounce that, but whatever those things are, you can change them to Isabelle and Rossetti from Animal Crossing 2. So that's kind of cool.
That's all adorable and stuff in the middle of a Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I don't know. I'm digging it.
That's our as best we can do of some Monster Hunter crap happened.
Yeah.
I
So
think we did pretty well, actually.
yeah, you know what?
Toads did. But we can talk about something we all three know about quite a bit.
Yeah, man, dude, Cowboy Bebop finally getting released on Blu-ray on December 16th. Hype. It's happening.
Hype.
So
I've never owned that. I think I will actually own it now.
do it. I've got an old DVD release, but I want that Blu-ray because I'm a sucker for HD upscales. Well, no, this isn't an upscale. It's like an actual rescan. But whatever, it's going to be gorgeous. So if you like quality anime, pick it up because that's good stuff.
Don't get much more quality than Cowboy Bebop.
Damn
True.
right. Unless we're talking about Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is vaguely
Whoa.
related to our next story.
John, you took my special ability. You are the Kirby of this podcast because you. I'm not going to go further because I could get
He
disgusted.
sucked you?
Tales of Vesperia is getting Evangelion DLC
Yeah.
costumes. But, guys, don't get your hopes up because
The hero this podcast deserves.
Say don't get your hopes up for that DLC because there's been anime crossover DLC for Tales games in the past and we've never gotten them. So you won't
you know
be
what?
playing.
There's gonna be a first, and it's gonna be freaking Eva. You understand me? You looking at this Namco Bandai? You looking at me? Look at me. Look at me. Namco Bandai, bring it. Bring it.
Jeez. John will pay money so that he could dress his characters in plug suits.
The North American Puzzle and Dragons, the mobile game, in which your Doctor Who game is basically a clone of, they have had several Evangelion crossover events in which you can obtain little animals based off of characters and units from Evangelion.
Nice.
So,
You guys, I'm really sorry, but we're gonna have to stop the show for a second.
no.
What?
Listener Andrew Redder says, I will finally watch Cowboy Bebop all the way through for the first time? Are you kidding me?
You stopped?
To be fair.
That!
What did the internet die?
I know! What the hell, Andrew? What the hell?
It was like, was there a massive EMP burst that wiped out all technology on the planet?
It only played once a week, every week on Adult Swim for like 10 years.
But like, yeah, I've seen the entire series 3 times despite never owning it.
Andrew, we will return to the show now, but before this show is over, I have to ask, what the fuck do you have to say for yourself? So
John.
disappointed in you.
John's going nuts. Andrew, watch yourself. Do not ever be in the vicinity of Florida. He will hunt you down.
No, I'm being overdramatic on purpose. Let's continue.
Sure. Deco says that he wants Project A-ko in HD, and that would be pretty sweet. I think I know what show he's talking about. But, so that's kind of our things. Oh, also, 3DS update. You can have themes now, so that's cool.
Yes.
Actually, I want to talk about themes for 1 second.
We
For
can do
a
that.
hot second.
Just
All right.
for 1 second. It comes with like 5 themes for free, and they all really suck.
Yes, they do. As a matter of fact.
I looked through the premium ones, and there's probably about 2 that I actually really like. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they go. If they add,
I bought the Link Between Worlds theme.
that's
because
one of the
Zelda-
ones I like.
Come
That's one of the
on,
ones I like.
it's-
That one's nice.
Holly bought the Yoshi theme because Yoshis are our weakness.
I wasn't. I don't know. I was not impressed with that one, and I was certainly not impressed with the Luigi thing. I think that one, the background is too loud. I don't know. I didn't like it.
They were all, besides the Zelda one, I think, pretty garb. But I mean, when it comes
Zelda
to
one?
like it's Yoshi. Come on.
Yeah. No, well, yeah. For me, it was Zelda and then the Jumpman one. That was pretty cool.
Ooh. See, themes are something I'm not gonna spend a lot of money on. I already bought the Zelda theme. Obviously, I may buy a Smash Brothers theme. May being the opportune word. And I'm definitely buying anything Xenoblade or Fire Emblem when it comes out because it's a damn Fire Emblem 3DS with a Zelda theme on it. What the fuck, Nintendo? Give me Fire Emblem Awakening. Give it.
And put Tharja everywhere.
Everywhere. Just
everywhere.
on the top screen.
I just want the top screen to be her booty in the face, like with 3D enabled, so you can be like, oh.
Fine, they're gonna do that, but then you also get Chrom ball cleavage as the theme, so you can just see.
Here's my theory, and I don't think anyone else has said this yet because it's just a theory. If downloadable content is announced for Super Smash Bros. On 3DS, because a Chrom 3D model already exists in that game in the various Robin-related quips, Chrom will be an unlockable character through downloadable content on Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. It's happening. This is where you heard it first.
So before we move on to talk about some other things, there has been some serious developments in the Q&A. Deco first says that snarl on Jonathan's lip is scaring me. So, John, you're terrifying. Secondly, Andrew says, I've only seen 3 or 4 episodes. I didn't like it the first time I watched it. It was too manly, and I hated it. Followed by Beryl, who says, I have never watched Cowboy Bebop. Not once. So,
Urge to Kill is rising.
Deco, come on, man.
I can't even.
Well, I mean,
I cannot even.
In Deco's case, he's never seen it, so he doesn't know what he's missing. I can be madder at Andrew because he's stopped. I can't necessarily.
How old is Deco? Deco, how old are you?
He's like our age, I think. Oh, no, is he?
Oh, I think he's a little older. Deco's very secretive when it comes to his personal information.
That's right,
Chris.
Just
a number. Just a number. I am an old man. And you know what? It's not even the age, it's the mileage.
I assume Deco's probably like maybe 30, but that's just kind of my guess.
That's my guess as well.
So, Cowboy Bebop is coming out, so it's your chance to watch it, I guess.
Okay, so Deco poses an interesting question for us, though.
Uh-huh.
Randy, you want to take it?
Says Concept is polling backers of Mighty Number 9 to decide whether to record dialogue in English or Japanese. Which would you choose? First of all, they're actually doing it because I didn't think that they got the money to because they were running a really stupid thing for gathering money to do voice recording, which should have been part of the game in the first place. I mean, it's a normal feature that games have is dialogue. And they're like, oh yeah, by the way, the millions of dollars we got, we never mentioned that we didn't plan to do any voice acting. So I guess now we're asking for more money, and then they gained like $1,000. Just got nothing for it. So if I had to choose, oh god damn it, it's so tough because I don't want to be weeaboo trash and say.
You know, if you didn't say it, I was gonna say it. So
I know
it's a good thing you did.
I would be fine with either one. I promise. So either way. Just give me something. Just give me something, Keiji Inafune. God damn it.
Stop wearing dumb hats.
Stop wearing dumb hats.
Stop wearing dumb hats, Keiji. Come on. That's why your games suck.
I assume that question was for me mostly because I care about the game, and two, I could potentially give weeaboo trash answers. I'm sure John's like,
you know,
English.
You've turned me into weeaboo trash, though, Randy.
But you were watching Death Note in English. I heard it.
No,
which is fine.
No, I was not. I promise
you. Are you sure?
It's
wow,
all going according to Keikaku or whatever the hell, however you pronounce that.
Which is amazing then, because when I heard the Ryuk laughter, I'm like, yeah, that's Brian Drummond. That sounds exactly like him. So then, wow, that's pretty good. I'm impressed.
Your ears are crazy.
I have not watched an anime in English since Ava.
No,
I
you didn't even
haven't.
watch that in English. You watched that in Japanese because I refused to give you
I
the
watched that when adults
Randy.
shown off. Bueno. That was in English.
Okay. But good. I'm
But
glad
you're-
you've done terrible things to you.
You've turned me, Randy. You've turned me.
Good. Good. I'm not that
I will
English is bad.
remain the last bastion of I don't want to read any more than I have to.
To be fair, John, just to let you know, you're like 7 episodes into Death Note. That's further than I have ever been in Death Note in Japanese.
Really?
I watched it dubbed. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Sure did. But I mean, I've seen some parts in Japanese. Anyway, whatever. That was a whole other thing. So that was just a random side question. Let's talk in-depth stuff because we wanted to do that.
It's true.
And I'm not doing that just because I'm at the top of the list because I didn't know.
Hey.
Because I just rolled that. So, guys, I got to play that network test of Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Yes, you did.
And you know what? You know
Wait.
what?
Before we
What?
move on, did you talk about Aoi Honono?
That's next.
That's
Oh,
next.
okay.
Yes.
All right. You didn't
Um,
mention it at all.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will get to that. But
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. So the network test was just a quick thing on Saturday, just to kind of like get as many people playing the game at once to kind of test server stress and things like that. So it was just kind of like you had a 27-hour period to play this game. So go for it, have fun, whatever. And you got like 8 characters to play with as well as to make your own. So I made a Namekian. So he was kind of cool.
Yeah, green and purple.
Green, because you don't get a choice. So I got to do that and got to run around the hub world. I got to do a whole bunch of fights. I played with some people from Weeaboo Trash Dragon Ball forums that I go to. Got to do that, play with some friends that way, do some fights. It's really weird because everybody was in like different servers most of the time, and like finding other people to play with, like their player search function was really stupid, and I hope that's something they improve upon because you couldn't search by character names, only by race and like level. So you had to know what your friend's level was, and it wasn't like specific, like
Wow.
what level up they've gotten to. It was either all or about my level. So it's like that's really lame way to do it, and it would only give you one page results of like 20. You couldn't go to another page and just keep looking.
Wow.
It's like
That is like. Wow.
But the good news is the actual gameplay of the game, fantastic. It was developed by the same people that did the Budokai games from PlayStation 2, which were excellent. And it's the dev team, well, not the exact team, but the dev company that they've worked on Street Fighter 4 alongside Capcom. They were a co-developer for Street Fighter 4. They've been doing Sonic games since Unleashed. Dimps, yep, you got that
Dimps.
right.
I know Dimps. Dimps.
Yes.
Dimps is good.
Dimps is super good, and they are back to doing Dragon Ball games for the first time since like 2007, 2008. So yeah, this game was a lot of fun. Lots of really good fights. There's plenty of people that have recorded footage of stuff and thrown it up online. There's actually some guy who did not turn off his PlayStation 3 or left the app or anything and just stayed in the offline mode. And is still playing right now and is streaming on Twitch, even though the network test ended on Sunday. He's like, as long as I don't leave, I get to play. And they're like, dude, isn't your PS3 going to overheat? He's like, whatever, I'm more of an Xbox guy.
Wow.
Oh
So-
my god. All the developers are probably like cursing his name right now.
Max level, which I think is like level 15 or something like that. But no, it's really fun. Comboing is really, really great. You can do 3-on-3 matches, which there is a bit of slowdown, which was kind of annoying. Even if you were just doing offline matches against CPUs, it's kind of like, oh, man. So if you're going to get the game for a console, I say get it for PS4 or Xbox One, I suppose. I don't know, because it's coming out on that, but I don't know how it would perform. But it's tons of fun. I played that for so many hours on Saturday. It being a network test, like there was, of course, lots of people trying to get on, so I spent like half an hour just sitting there, try to connect. Server could not connect, try again. Server could not connect, try again. God damn it, and kept trying over and over and over again till finally getting in. But no, it's a solid fighting game, like really super competent and not just like a cash in on a franchise. So it's awesome. And me looking up like fighting tactics and stuff today, I was like, oh my god, early 2015 can't come soon enough because I want to play this game so bad. Like just to keep building as my fighter and finding new equipment and stuff. And
I will tell you right now, that sounds exactly like I was with Dissidia.
yeah.
So prepare to spend 600 plus hours in Xenoverse.
You know what? Bring it on, man, because it's super good. Oh man. Even if you're not a huge Dragon Ball fan, but you like fighting games or just like crazy brawlers of like multiple people fighting at once, I don't know. Maybe there'll be an actual demo closer to the game coming out. Give it a try because it's super tons of fun. And
if they could release a network test, they could release a demo.
yeah, I mean they've done demos for every other Dragon Ball game this past generation, like a couple of weeks before they come out. So you could at least give that a shot, and it'd be good times. And if they include a purely offline version, then even better, because then you could just not have to deal with lag or slow down. I never see any problems with people disconnecting, which is good because then they would have had to struggle for a half hour to get back onto the servers. So I think that helped because no one's like, oh, I don't want to go through that just to lose my win ratio or whatever the hell, even though it was a network test. But whatever, there were stats. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about, because I will talk a lot about Dragon Ball Xenoverse next year, is the show that I finally got around to seeing called Aoi Hono, or Blue Blazes. It's not. It's It's not an anime. Not an anime. This is a live-action drama. But although it is an adaptation of a manga, it's about this guy who it's a fictional work, but it's about this guy who's going to art school in Osaka, Japan, to learn to become a manga artist.
Is this the one I showed you the picture from?
Yeah, all the awesome gifts and things that are just ridiculous. Yes.
Okay, cool.
So he goes to art school to learn to become a manga author or an animator because he kind of switches back and forth. And he meets up with some pretty big rivals. Namely, his biggest rival is Hideki Anno, who is the director who will become the future director of Evangelion, who's the actual director dude. But the series takes place in 1980. And he meets a whole bunch of other people, like people who go on to found like other animation studios and stuff. And apparently these people actually know each other. But the main character is fictional, like he doesn't exist. But he's just really ridiculous and crazy. His facial expressions are just absolutely ridiculous. I know I got a gif of it today, and I was like, I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of this. Because he goes from like super serious face to just like super, just surprised or amazed at things. And he overreacts to everything. The music is fantastic. Like, the way that they shot it is really great. It's like if it was shot in 1980, but in high definition, because everything is really clear and not fuzzy. But, like, the coloring and everything is super great, and the lighting. Oh, it is a super great show. If you are into just, like, how animation is done or, like, how people go on to become, comic illustrators or anything like that, it's just really great. And, like, seeing the rivalry between people and, like, always trying to one-up each other with their projects. Or in the case of this guy who immediately in the beginning he kind of got on my nerves because they had a big project and he wanted to surpass his rival. And he was the day before it was due, and he's like, oh man, and I haven't even started. I'm not even gonna start because it won't even be up to my standards, and that's better for me. Because it's better to do nothing than it is to do something that turns out crappy. Like, oh, there are so many people like you in my school that I went to, and I hated all of them. But most recent episode I watched, he actually did something and drew stuff, and it looked amazing. So it's like, oh, okay, I don't hate you entirely, other than your face, which is super great. So it's really funny. Got a really great story. Music super great. Check it out on the internet somewhere because there are some not like exactly
legal
channels to see it. I mean, I was hoping like because Crunchyroll will do like live action stuff, you have to pay extra for it. Hulu does a whole bunch of Asian drama stuff, but nobody picked it up, which is sad. And it's only 11 episodes, but they're all like 30 minutes. But it's good stuff. So, John, I think you should give it a try sometime. and maybe Chris too. But definitely Jared, if you're watching this, watch that show. It's great.
Jared's not watching. Jared's in New York being awesome.
Jared is in New York recording like the Go Bayana podcast.
Well, Jared can listen later, but that's all I had to say. Chris, you're up next, but I see nothing in the outline, so tell me what you want to talk about.
I want to talk about The Flash, actually.
Ooh.
Not Arrow Flash or whatever the heck you were talking about earlier, John. I'm talking about the Scarlet Speedster. I don't know any other nicknames for him, actually, just the Scarlet Speedster. Whatever, okay?
The blue blur, but a person.
Yeah.
The red blur.
Yeah. There you go. The wrong color, but you get the idea. It is the second show Yeah, it's the second TV series to feature the Flash, because the first one came out in like the 1980s, and it was actually pretty cool. But now the CW is taking the reins, and it's pretty awesome. It stars Barry Allen, which I know you, Randy, were acquainted to at some point in time earlier through watching Arrow. Mm-hmm. And Holly is holding a pillow behind her back.
Yes, she is sneaking around me here to and fro.
Okay. Tell her I said hi, I guess.
They say hi, Holly. She says hi back.
Okay, cool.
Life's an adventure.
Life is an adventure. Life is wonderful. Anyway, so it was pretty cool. Like, I have to say, I watched the first episode, and there are like 1.5 million Easter eggs for anybody who's familiar with DC Comics. It's so crazy, the things that you see, and they cannot possibly be using all of the information that they drop, being privy to like DC Comics knowledge. Not even that well. There are so many things that I picked up on that I kind of was just shaking my head like, there's no way that they're going to be using that. There's no way. Like, they just can't. And one of them that I will mention, because it's fairly obvious, it is not spoilerish at all, but there is a character who is a major villain in the Flash series of comics called Gorilla Grodd, and he is a gorilla, but he is super intelligent. And he runs a whole city full of super intelligent gorillas just like him that he will often just sick on the Flash. He's a lot better than he sounds. He's not so incredibly stupid and lame as I just made him sound.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Needless to say, he is an actual gorilla, and I find it a little difficult to believe that they would implement him into a live-action TV series
that would
on
be fucking
television.
Hilarious.
So I don't know. But you do see a cage that has been burst out of, and the tag on the front of the cage very clearly, might I add, says Grodd. So they're trying to tell you Gorilla Grodd's out there somewhere, even if he never appears on camera. So that was cool.
Fair enough.
For anybody who is familiar with the comics as well, there is an incredibly interesting sequence in the last 5 minutes, which I know you saw, John.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
In terms of a particular news article. And I will tell you, because I know you know nothing about comics, the significance of that is so massive, it does not seem even possible that they could be thinking of implementing the storyline that includes that news article. Like, it's unfathomable to think that they will be using that story arc in the TV series at all, ever, in its entire history.
Well,
like, it's that crazy.
They done did.
They dropped the bombs, man. They dropped massive, gigantic bombs of death on DC fans. It was crazy.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna be watching the show, man, very soon. Mark my
And
words.
you know, I will say this. I did watch the first episode of season 3 of Arrow, and I'm not gonna say anything about it other than holy fucking shit.
Is it still good?
Like,
That's all I hear.
prepare your bowels for imminent release, Randy, when you watch that sometime tomorrow. Because you will, at first you're going to like get the doki doki, and then you're going to be like, okay, cool, this is awesome. I like fighting, and then at the end you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? I feel like I want to cry and throw up at the same time.
Holy
good.
hell.
Sounds
That's my summary of feels in Arrow Episode 1, Season 3.
Good.
Alright, Chris, what about anything else?
Oh yeah, let's do Smash Brothers. You want to do Smash Brothers, or do you want to save that for a little later?
You guys go for it. I mean, especially that's a good way to bridge it to John's if you guys going to talk about it.
Oh, you bridge something else.
Yeah.
My.
So, the Duck Hunt Dog is so OP and I love him to death.
Before we go into Duck Hunt Dog, John, I believe you owe all of our viewers an apology because
really?
you misrepresented this game. You were like
How?
absolutely loving it. You did not make one single mention about how much of a mess those goddamn menus are. Because holy shit. Come on, Sakurai, this dude's gonna have to commit like seppuku or something because these menus are atrocious.
It's nuts. Because the shit was in Japanese, and I think I told you guys, I've mentioned it somewhere, in some way, on some capacity. It may have been on Game Podunk, but the game's in Japanese, so I don't understand a lot. So if shit that I need to get to is buried in menus, I'm gonna be a little bit intimidated.
Well, let me tell you what, John.
I tried classic mode for 15 minutes.
Let me tell you what, John. I have the English version, and it's in English, a language that I was raised on and speak fluently, and I still can't find anything in this game. It's ridiculous. First of all, the menus really need to be on the bottom screen. Why they're not on the bottom screen is stupid as all hell.
What's on the bottom screen during the menus then?
What should be on the top screen? It's just a bunch of like advertisements or some like
It
you can
explains what. Well, let me boot up the game to be more accurate, but continue with your tirade, Chris.
The menu should definitely be on the bottom screen because what the hell good is even having a touchscreen if you're not going to use it, first of all. Second of all, the menu has all these different shapes and colors and none of them fit together properly. Like, Randy, if you saw the menus, I swear to God, you would rage because it seems like a 3-year-old designed them.
I've seen
Isn't
pictures
it
of it.
awful?
Well, because the one guy that I follow on Twitter, he's in love with all things Sakurai and everything else. He's been basically jizzing over the menus for weeks. And
my God.
They look neat. I mean, they look similar to Brawls, which I thought were really cool looking.
Well, Brawls seemed a lot more functional.
Functionality-wise, like navigating it might be tough, but at least they look cool. I don't know.
They don't like Kid Icarus Uprising. The menus were also designed by Sakurai. Those were good. You know, the menus in like various Kirby games are definitely takes off of some of his menu designs as well, and they look great. This does not work. It's all of his other things, they usually fit together like a puzzle. Like, even though it's different shapes and they're definitely, you can distinguish them from what's around them. I understand that that's his choice. That's what he does. But this time, it looks too random and haphazard. It looks like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Well, I mean, here's
the
thing.
He's splatting paint around.
I've totally got the game right in front of me right now.
Okay.
And you can see that all these little submenus and shit are on top, and things explaining what each submenu does is there on the bottom screen.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like, there is so, like, with past Smash Brothers games, it's one player up here, multiplayer down here. With this, you've got the Smash logo over here on the side that instantaneously takes you into battle, and anything you can play with single player is buried in this fucking menu that says games and more. So if you go and you're playing the freaking game in Japanese or with no reading comprehension whatsoever, you're going to hit the Smash button and then be taken into solo and group, where then you can freaking decide how you want to battle. Like, it's all buried. You got to do some digging, and I can sense why a lot of people are getting really frustrated about that.
Go back to the top menu. I want to just put that back up on the screen. That's right. Take a look at that. We've got, that looks like half a cylinder shape. There's a circle. There are two I don't even know what the hell those are called, but are at different lengths and different thicknesses. And then over there you have a fucking rectangle over there that's just hanging out like a rectangle. Come on! Everything else has a curve. I'm sorry, I get super angry every time I see that.
Today, and Chris picks on shapes.
You rhombus.
Listen.
I hate those menus.
No, you're right, and a lot of people do. And I'm not, I will be eventually reviewing the game for Game Podunk now that I've spent 40 hours with both versions of the game, so I can talk about my incredible journey. But
I'm surprised John didn't fight you, or Jason didn't fight you for that.
The thing with Smash Brothers, the thing that holds the game back from being what it should be, isn't the software. It's the hardware. The game was built around the hardware, but the hardware still can't take it. There's lag online now that the United States version is out. There's incredible lag when I was trying to play with Charlotte. There wasn't too much incredible lag while I was playing with you, but the lag was definitely there when it was seamless when everybody was out in Japan. So clearly the servers are a little too overpopulated and the hardware just can't take it. Like, frame rate dips, the game itself dips, all the visuals that could be super duper eye-popping and amazing aren't as eye-popping and amazing. Like, the fact that the game is freaking confined to this tiny-ass screen versus the screen of the 3DS XL, when shit zooms out. I was trying to show this game to my brother, not the Japanese version, while I was at my wedding last weekend. I was trying to show this game to my brother, and he's looking over my shoulder, and all the characters are zoomed out because there's 4 of us fighting. I'm playing All-Star mode as the Duck Hunt dog. And Nick's like, what the hell is going on? I can't see anything. And he's right. That is a legitimate complaint to have because you only have this tiny-ass little screen to work with, and the game is trying to be a Smash Brothers game on a handheld, and it doesn't work as well as it could.
I partially agree with you, and I partially don't. The way that I see it, like, local play works fine. I've done local play a bunch of times. I was doing local play all day Saturday with a bunch of random people, and I've done local play at just tons of times. I did it with Jason, like, during the midnight launch. We did some here. Saturday night, we came back to my house, and we were playing, 3-player Smash Run here just on my couch out here outside. And never once did the game lag, drop, frames were never dropped. It seems to work perfectly in local multiplayer, which is great. Single player, I've never experienced any issues either. There is problems online, but I am not entirely sure if that has anything to do with the handheld itself as opposed to actual internet connections and just the general population of the servers.
Well, I mean, look at Mario Kart 7 when that first came out. And all these heavily populated 3DS online games, the Pokemon infrastructure enough with constant internet connection and shit being thrown at you and stuff like that. There are games that are reasonably suited to the 3DS hardware. There's not a million freaking things going on in a Mario Kart game. It's just the racers and just the tracks and everything that the 3DS can load bit by bit. Smash Brothers, there is literally too much for the system to handle at once.
No. I will correct you because actually what they do with Mario Kart 7 is they actually use an asymmetrical form of online play in which everything is synchronized to a single server while players are connecting to it. You can't do that with Smash because button inputs and things like that are too precise and are too quick. So they can't use the same kind of internet formula whatever
Fair enough.
for Smash than they can with Mario Kart 7. And then on top of that, I mean, Pokemon is it's a completely different game, and even then, when I was playing online, I noticed slowdown and lag on that, and that is
I never experienced
not
any
anywhere
kind of
near.
lag with Pokemon.
I experienced lag when I was fighting you. The very first, we had it for like 2 days, and you and I fought, and I was getting lag in that match.
I don't remember that.
Well, it may have been on my end because of the internet connection, but my point is, I don't think it's the games. I don't think it's the system limitation. I think it's a
Fair
combination
enough.
of.
I'll redact it for online play, but like everything else, so many recycled brawl stages as opposed to original handheld-based stages like what they were touting. There are a few, like the Tomodachi Life stage, incredible.
There's Tamagotchi Life. There's Spirit Tracks.
8 or
There's
9
the
brawl repeats,
Kirby's
not so much.
Kirby's Adventure Game Boy screen level.
Right.
There is an Animal Crossing New Leaf stage. There's quite a few. There's like
PictoChat.
PictoChat
Yes,
is a DS.
but look at it this way. You have
and
characters
PictoChat
like
is too. PictoChat too.
the Duck Hunt Dog, Wii Fit Trainer, Rob, and I know there's at least one more, but those three in particular, Duck Hunt Dog, Wii Fit Trainer, and Rob, when you fight those three characters in classic mode, their stage choice is always random, because they have no stage representation in the game. They just get this randomly delegated, insert old brawl stage here kind of deal. Like the Duck Hunt Dog will end up in the living room, because that's Nintendogs. Woo! Like, they didn't even bother to create specific stages.
Which is another
for these
handheld game.
Right.
Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there for you, John.
I get it, but at the same time, if you took the time to build Arena for Rocks for Lucina and Robin, why not take the time to build like an NES remix stage for the Duck Hunt Dog or something to that effect for these other characters? The Wii Fit Trainer gets the Wii Fit training room thing in the Wii U version of the game, but they couldn't be bothered to downscale that for the 3DS.
I don't know if... I mean, I'm sure if she does have a stage in the Wii U version, honestly, I have no idea how that would even work.
I think she does,
seen it.
and I think we've seen it in her official reveal, which is like that training room. Like, I think it's actually a stage that has been revealed. I think every single character will have representation in the Wii U version, but it doesn't in the 3DS version. They shortchanged us in several aspects because the 3DS can't handle it.
I'm not sure if it's because the 3DS couldn't handle it, or if they were keeping it more topical with all of the... Because if you notice, there's the Kid Icarus Uprising stage, Ferox Arena, like you said. There's like 8,
right, but why not
handheld-based stages.
Something besides Jungle Japes for the Donkey Kong representation? Why not create a stage based on Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D? Why not give us?
They all look the same?
Why not give us the Windy Valley stage from Sonic Lost World, because that's also a 3DS game, on the 3DS version instead of giving us Green Hill again?
So you want all new stages? Like you want every stage to be completely new?
Right. It's not that big of a deal. I think
there's always holdovers.
I think the reason that they have shortchanged us on stages is because the 3DS can't handle it. You're going to see the Wii U version, and there's going to be like 40 new stages and maybe 15 that we've seen before already. Like, you're going to see. I promise. If these freaking the Tower of Smash leaks prove true. Have you guys seen those?
No.
I have not. I've been concerned with the Smash in front of my face, actually.
Google, whenever you get a chance, Randy or Chris, if you are interested, Tower of Smash leak. Like, they talk about all the stages that are going to be revealed, including Smashville coming back. It's another one of those pipe dream ESRB type leaks. But if it does come true, the Wii U version is going to be fucking incredible.
Well, there's no doubt. I don't know. I see a lot of people really hating on the 3DS version, and I think people's expectations of what the game would always be has been too high. I think people were saying, well, I'm going to get the exact same console experience as I've had with previous Smash Brothers games on a handheld, and I never once expected that. I've always viewed this iteration of Smash Brothers to be more about Smash Run, to be more about this is a good way for you on the go while you're not playing with your friends online or on the couch on your Wii U to earn power-ups and earn prizes and earn, custom moves that you can swap out for other custom moves. That's always what I've seen this as.
I'm mostly with you. I'm just saying it's not perfect.
No, it's not perfect. I don't think there's a Smash out there yet that's been perfect.
Well, I mean,
So,
fair enough. But I'm thinking like an 8, a solid 8, versus like a 9 or a 10, because of various issues. But would you say that there's a Smash Brothers out there that deserves a 9 or a 10? Would Melee get that honor?
I hated Melee.
Ooh.
I hate Melee.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
We
I hate
learned
Melee.
something about Chris today.
Like,
What about
I
you,
don't hate
Randy?
the
Do you
game.
think there's an honor?
Do I think there's what?
Do you think that there's a Smash Brothers game out there that deserves a 9 or a 10?
I liked Brawl. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I liked them all. I suppose I never really saw too many big differences in things. They were all just fun. So I got nothing.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm just trying to look at it critically. The game does have its pratfalls. That's all I'm trying to say.
There.
No, I will definitely agree with you that it's not perfect, and have there been limitations placed on it? I'm sure there have. I'm not really sure how much of that is, online multiplayer, how much it affects that per se, as much as, like I said, personal internet connections and the actual server load itself.
Circle pads be breaking, brother.
Well,
Alright.
yeah, that.
Real quick, I will give you 3 minutes, Randy, as to why you should give a fuck about Terran Resonance. You've watched how much of Death Note, Randy?
All of it, like twice.
Hold on. I actually want to stopwatch this, and I'm gonna say go, and John, you go, and then I will stop it when you're done. I'll tell you how long it was. Okay, are you ready?
Go.
I'm waiting for the ready.
Oh, yes,
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, go.
All right.
So yes, I have seen it both twice, and I've also seen the live-action movie adaptation.
Many people have been comparing Terror and Resonance to Death Note. That comparison is mostly inaccurate. They kind of accomplish the same thing, but not really, because Terror and Resonance is based in reality and the cold, harsh fear that Japan will one day be taken over by terrorists. And Death Note has a whole bunch of demonism and stuff going on with the whole can you control death and be a god. Nobody wants to be a god in Terror and Resonance. They just want to get a little bit of revenge. They are like a bunch of kids who have inadvertently been given power because reasons. I'm trying to be as spoiler-free as possible. But it is
Thank you.
all about characterization with Terror and Resonance. You will love these characters. They are real because it is based in modern times, and they are going out of their way to show you what life would be like in the modern age if Japan happened to be attacked. That is my spiel on Terror and Resonance. It is 11 episodes long. Each episode is better than the last. It has plenty of twists and turns and cat and mouse and fantastic. Chris, are we done yet?
Will you tell me when to stop?
I'm good.
I was gonna
Okay,
say
that was.
you make it sound like you're arguing that it's not the same solely based on some elements that are in the story, when really, you said it, they're both cat and mouse, they've got characterization. It's a theme and atmosphere thing that makes them similar, I'm sure, is what people are trying to get at. Not like, oh yeah, Terror and Resonance, they totally have Shinigami, that's the same thing. But yes, I do want to see it, and I'll get to
You
it.
should see it, but don't go into it expecting Death Note. It's a different kind of cat and mouse game. Death Note is declaring war. There is not a war that is declared between detective and terrorists in Terror and Resonance. It is more like the terrorists enact a thing and the detective solves it or doesn't solve it, and it goes horribly wrong or horribly right. And it's about learning why these terrorists are doing what they're doing. It is less focused on cat and mouse and more focused on investigation and solving the mystery.
Cool. Definitely something I want to check out. Now, after you're done watching Death Note, you can watch Aldnoah.0 because the first season is done. And then you can be caught up. You can be caught up in time for January when the new season starts.
I will do that.
Now remind me, John. First of all, you were 1 minute and 16 seconds. That was pretty damn good.
Damn right.
Remind me, have you seen Ghost in the Shell?
Yes.
Have you seen the original, the standalone complex? What have you seen?
Probably the original. It has been a
Okay,
long
so
time since I last saw Ghost in the Shell. God, it's been a while.
Okay, was the Major hot or was she kind of mannish?
Wow. No.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to discover whether or not you have a boner for the Major. I'm
No.
strictly trying to determine.
I don't remember. I'm more
Okay,
about
okay.
philosophy and less about appearances, unless we're talking about Asuka.
No, I was just trying to discern which one you'd seen. Because in the original Ghost in the Shell film, she's definitely a lot more mannish than she is in Standalone Complex. She's a lot more feminine.
I'm gonna have to go with the mannish.
Okay, then it was the original.
I had to have seen the original. Like, it was on a DVD. Like, I popped the DVD in and I watched it. It's not... I don't think I saw anything super duper special like Standalone Complex. I think it was just the original cut of the original stuff. Stick it in my DVD player and watch it.
Cool. I will try to find a way to get you Standalone Complex, because I think, just based on the anime that you like, I think you'd really like Standalone Complex. It's very contemplative. It's very much a cat and mouse. Both season 1 and season 2, they're fantastic.
Fair enough. Now that my Terran Resonance talk is done, unless we have any more arguing to do, gentlemen, I think this has been a show.
I think we're done, guys.
I can always pull out another argument.
We'll be here all night.
I can pull out something else, too, if you guys want.
Well, now I've got my attention.
My phone, because I have incontrovertible proof that Marin cannot be compared to Zelda and can, in fact, be compared to Melon. First, I pull up to you, sir, the official timeline, in which, if you can kind of see right there, there is the Ocarina of Time in the timeline. And if you kind of come down over this way, Link's Awakening is the third game in the Hyrule Decline and the Last Hero timeline, which makes it take place after Ocarina of Time. So Melon is a thing that is a thing long before Link's Awakening takes place. So
Melon wasn't a character in any game until Ocarina of Time.
True, but then look at this. So here's Marin. Here's Marin. Notice the red hair. Okay, notice the nice pretty little sundress that is homely.
It's blonde!
That's the official art. The official art, she's a redhead. And then now, look at Melon. Look, red hair, homely dress. Does that look...
Link's Awakening DX.
I am looking at the original art, sir.
Here all night.
And then I have pulled up official art from A Link to the Past Zelda, which would be in the same continuity as Link's Awakening. And she is clearly blonde. Clearly blonde.
She's blonde in the game, you blockhead!
Does it matter if she was blonde in the game?
Because Game Boy didn't have color.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Link's Awakening was created using a Link to the Past engine on the Game Boy. It was created to be a Game Boy remake of A Link to the Past. They created Marin with Zelda in mind.
Did they give her... Yes, it doesn't matter what they did. Does that look like yellow to you? Because unless you're colorblind, John, I can assure you that is orange.
Randy, don't end the show.
So you can watch these guys talk tomorrow, arguing for 4 hours about characters and their references and their influences. And you can let them know what you think about that by giving them feedback at feedback.becpodcast@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Twitter and yell at them at BC_podcast, and then on Facebook, Google+, whatever the hell. Individually, you can yell at Radical Defect, who is John. You can yell at Wildcard Corsair, that is Chris. Otherwise, you can follow me, and I'm just going to be giving out Final Fantasy 13 screen caps for the next 3 years at Saber_Breaker. Sorry, guys. I had to go because it was the joke. I had to give you your names. If you want to read them out, that's cool too.
Not good.
I'm at Marin has blonde hair on Twitter. I'm actually at Radical Defect, but we know this. Listen right here, I found it, and it's indisputable because if you pull up her trophy in Super Smash Bros. Melee, sir, she has blonde fucking hair. Who are you on Twitter, Chris?
At Wildcard Corsair, aka at I'm Right on Twitter.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh, hey, guys. We'll close this out with our audience question for the week, which is, what's your dream vacation like? Going somewhere abroad or staying at home playing video games uninterrupted while puppies occasionally stampede through your living room? Tell us about it, either in the Q&A next week or via email, via Twitter, via Facebook. Just yell at us somehow and tell these guys to shut up and go to bed. So thanks for this show, everybody. Bye. Wave goodbye.
Bye.
We love you so much.